Hello, second grade friends, and welcome to Number Corner. For Number Corner today, we are going to be learning about what we're collecting in November for our new calendar collector. Let's have a look. This month, we will focus on learning about length. Take a moment to think about what you already know about length. What is length? How do people measure length? Why do people measure length? What kind of tools do people use to measure length? Some ideas you may have had include what length is. Length is the distance from the end of one object to the other end of the same object. People measure length by using tools. Some tools they use are tape measures, rulers, or meter sticks or yardsticks. People measure length for many different reasons. Some reasons would be to find out how large something is, how long it is, so they could fit it into a different space. Let's have a look at what we will be measuring this month. During each calendar collector, we will measure one of the objects pictured in a deck of cards. Here are some of the cards we will see. Because we're learning online, I'll choose the cards for us. The card we chose today, or I chose today, is the board, the whiteboard or the blackboard. Today we will measure a whiteboard I have. I'll show it to you in just a moment. I will cut a piece of adding machine tape that's the same length as this board, and then I'll lay it down on the floor. Then we're going to use some craft sticks to measure the length of this paper strip and some Unifix cubes. We're going to make some estimates, and then we're going to see how long this item is. Let's have a look at the whiteboard we will be measuring. Here's the whiteboard we will measure. I'm standing next to it so you can see how big it is. I also put a picture book right up next to it so you can kind of see, if you know how long a picture book is, you can kind of see how long it would be compared to the picture book. Now I'm going to cut a piece of paper that goes from this end of the board all the way over to this end of the board, and we'll see how long that is. Okay friends, here is our paper strip cut out and laid on the floor. I've also put some craft sticks next to our paper strip so we can make some estimates about how many more craft sticks we'll need. Take a look, we have 1, 2, 3 sticks so far. How many more sticks will we need to go to the end of this paper strip? How many will we need all together? Let's look at a few good estimates of how many sticks we will need. Now I've written down a few estimates for us. Now my first estimate of 10, I was thinking, we have 3 craft sticks already. That looks like it's not quite half, but close to half. So maybe if I did 3 sticks 3 more times, it might be long enough. I may need a little longer. And if that's not long enough, maybe 13 is a better estimate. But maybe that's a little bit too long. Maybe 8 is a better estimate. If you are thinking any similar estimates to me, show me a connection. Now that we've made some estimates, I'm going to lay our craft sticks out all the way to the end of our paper. So we have 3 so far. So count with me as I lay the rest of our craft sticks down. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 craft sticks. But I notice there's still a little bit of my paper left right here. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Should I add another craft stick? Does that look right? No, that's a little bit too long. It's not exactly to the end, but it's really close. Our whiteboard is about 8 craft sticks long. Now, I want to think, if I could measure this in a different way, is there another tool I could use to measure my whiteboard? Now that I know that my whiteboard is 8 craft sticks long, we kind of knew that already with a really good estimate we made, I'm going to measure this in a different way. I'm going to measure this using Unifix cubes. Now I've put 10 Unifix cubes together in a train. And I'm going to move those Unifix cubes all the way to the end over here so they start right where my craft sticks started. Now if I have 10 Unifix cubes so far, how many more Unifix cubes do you think I'll need to go to the end of my craft sticks and my paper strip? Let's have a few good estimates. Now I've recorded a few estimates that I made about how many Unifix cubes I'll need. And I'm seeing that I actually made my estimates of how many groups of 10. So I said I need 10 groups of 10. I'll change that to 100 Unifix cubes. And I think I'll need 4. I may need 4 groups of 10, so I'll change that to 40. Or 7 groups of 10. I'll change that to 70. That makes a little bit more sense now. Show a connection if you had any similar estimates to mine. Now, do you think it will take more or fewer cubes than sticks to measure the length of this strip? Think about that and think about how you know. Can we use any information we already know about the length of the strip in sticks to help estimate the number of cubes it will take to measure this same strip? Now, if we know that our strip is 8 sticks long, we can kind of look at how long one train of 10 Unifix cubes is compared to 2 sticks. Does that change any of our estimates now that we know that information? If we have 2 sticks are a similar length of 10 cubes, is 40 a better estimate than 70? Let's have a look and see how long our strip is. Now, I'm looking at my cubes I have here, and I think it's going to be pretty tricky for me to count my cubes quickly if I have kind of a messy arrangement of cubes with all these different colors. Is there a better way to count my Unifix cubes? Now, if you said maybe we could use trains of Unifix cubes that are the same color, like Miss Palo's been using in our math lessons? I think you're making a good point. Let's give that a try. Let's count our trains. We'll have one train, so that's 10. We'll count by tens. 10, 20. I want to make sure I snap them together so we don't have any empty space in between. 30. We have 30 so far and all this room to go. Should we change our estimates? Let's keep going. We have 40 Unifix cubes. Are we at the end? Not quite yet. And here's 50 Unifix cubes. Now, do we measure all the way from one end to the other? Very close. Very close. So I'd say our whiteboard is about 50 Unifix cubes long. Were any of our estimates close? If you said our estimate of 40 Unifix cubes was close, good work. Now we just have a few last questions to think about. Did it take more cubes or more sticks to measure the length of the paper strip? Why? It took more cubes. And if you said it took more cubes because one cube is smaller than a stick, good work. Which measurement do you think is more accurate or more correct? Why? Does it help to know that the length is in sticks before you try to estimate the length in cubes? How does that information help you? Would our long train of cubes match the length of the whiteboard? How do you know? Well, thank you for taking some time to measure our whiteboard today with me, second graders. This was your number corner for today. Make sure you turn in this activity when you're done so your teacher knows you're all finished. I'll see you next time for Number Corner.